going to start off in Lake City. 431 is the average sold price. What you guys are going to see theme over and over again is the average days on market is up. I'm going to talk a little bit more about why I think that's the case. But real quick, continuing on, month over month growth, 1.35% sold to list, 97.8. So we're still pretty close to the list price. The thing is that again, this seems to happen over and over again, especially in this market, where agents are starting to see more about how important it is to list list at the right price from the very beginning, and that's why prices still seem to stay pretty close to what the list price is. So, when you're within 3%, that's still a pretty good number, especially when you're talking about the amount of money that you're talking about here on these homes. 64 is the average days on market. That's up 68%. Now, that being said, what my theory is that what's been happening is that agents have been, once a house is on the market for like 30 days, they go ahead and take it off the market, refresh it, put it back up. So that's what's been affecting these numbers in a lot of cases. And I've seen less and less of that right now. So that being said, that's why I think the average days on market are going up. And it's not just Lake City. You'll see it's kind of across the board here. So looking at Dickinson, average sold price 291, month over month growth not good, -11. Still sold to list price within that 3%, 97.2, and the average days on market's 45. So that's up 55% from last month. Friendswood, considerably higher price point. So as we're getting closer to the school year, the Friendswood Harris County versus Friendswood Galveston County is a little bit different. I'm assuming that most of Friendswood Galveston County are the homes that are being sold, but that's being the average price point right now. Month over month growth, it's just under 1%. Sold to list, 97.8%, just like Lake City. And then the average days on market, 55, which is a 41% increase. Again, even in Friendswood right now, things are sitting a little bit longer than normal. Pearland, $373,397 is the average sold price. They're down 6% month over month. 97.6% again, within 3% of the list price. Average days on market 50, which is a 67% increase over last month. Deer Park, 285. They're down a -1.72%, so just under 2%. 97%, again, 3%. List is sold. 50 days on markets, increase of 22%. Not a huge increase. And again, I think a lot of the Deer Park agents weren't doing so much of the taking it off, put it back on. I'll just be honest with you, it's a lot of work to do that. It's and you have to do it for at least 48 hours, or all that stuff just ends up going back into data. Like, it doesn't change anything on the property archive, and it's still going to show up in the 360 property archive. So it's really not fooling anyone. People aren't hip to the game, so it's kind of ineffective. Sure, if things are going stale, you haven't found any other way to get it on the hot sheet, you don't want to do a price reduction, anything like that, that's, I guess, what you're going to have to do. So that being said, I think less and less of that's going on in the Deer Park market, which is why it's only a 22% increase of days on market. But as you can see, it's still within that 45 to 65 a day on market average, as you can see, is across the Bay Area. Porte, 275 is the average sold price. They're up 2%. So they 98% sold the list. So they're doing a little bit better. But again, now you're looking at 62 days on market as well. Now looking at neighborhoods. These are specific neighborhoods. This is a big deal. Marbella, 2.2% appreciation. Their median value, 439, 560 is what that house sold for in there at that average in that neighborhood. Tuscan Lakes is up 5% right now. 421 is their average or median estimated value. Again, median a little bit different from mean. Mean is a true average. Median is if you stretch out the numbers across the board, it's an individual price. So depending on statistics wise, that can be more or less accurate. In this case, I would feel better about the median as opposed to the mean. Hidden Lakes up 4%. their median estimated value is 523. That's pretty good. All these numbers you guys can see are all in the fives. That's good. Or, well, high fours and fives. That's great for average sales price in the area. That means your home is worth more than what it was before. That's a good sign. That means that a lot of people still don't have the issues that would go on in 2008 that would cause a market crash. Foreclosures are up. However, most people have value or equity in their homes that they can pull out. So if bills are getting too much, they can sell their home, pay off bills, rent for a little while, get back on their feet. So there are options. Okay. Victory Lakes, like you said, 5.3% up. 540 is their median value. South Shore Harbour up 8.6%. This is a significant jump, and I'm telling you, this is probably because certain homes that are at a higher price point sold in South Shore. 636, 270 is their median estimated value. If you want to know your specific neighborhood, if we didn't include your neighborhood in this, just give us a call. Reach out 346-550-8777. And we will get you up here. We will get you those statistics for your specific neighborhood. If you're in the city and you want to know what your city numbers are, we can get that for you too if you aren't included on this. Please feel free if you have any questions at all regarding real estate, buying, selling, investing, any of those things, please feel free to reach out. We can get your questions answered and point you in the right direction for an expert in your particular niche if need be. And if not, we'll just take care of you ourselves. I just wanted to thank you for popping on and seeing this market update. Happy July 2025 market update. We are in August, back to school, excited for all that. And I'm hoping word is on the street that Fed was slow to react to job adjustments and stuff like that. So what I've heard is that they're talking about doing rate cut because they have some catching up to do. So hopefully that's good news. If we can get into the fives, I'm telling you, the floodgates will open. If you're a buyer, please jump in now because you're going to get a great deal. If you wait a couple months and those rates do drop, you're going to be competing with a ton of other people. Prices are going to go up. There's going to be multiple offers all over again. There is already multiple offers on certain homes. Obviously, the ones that are ultra desirable, maybe have a great backyard, some really nice finishes, whatever. Those still are multiple offer situations. So if you are looking for a particular home, there's a good chance that you're going to end up in a multiple offer situation anyway. So it's good to check out what your buyer power is in advance of purchasing a home. And like I said, reach out. We'll help you determine those numbers and get you on the right track.